then where does that go? You know what I mean? Then you care about this, and you care about that. Then you start caring about all these things again. And so your guard has to be up so fucking high that those things can't come in. And you can't hurt like you got hurt before.
Hello, my little bear cubs, and welcome back to another episode of Secondhand Therapy, the original
Oh my God.
Secondhand Therapy.
No, are we going to talk about that or no?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
All right.
we are not therapists. We are not experts. This is not professional advice. We are
That's
very
right.
stupid. Do not take it seriously. Thank you for being here. Do you have anything to add?
Check out our Patreon. We have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
There's no bonus episodes, but you can get episodes a week early if you're on the Patreon. Also, bonus clips we record after the pod and kind of unpack a little bit, and we have a bunch of bonus stuff on there. Go check it out.
Patreon.com/secondhandtherapypod. Okay, let me go get ready so we can do the episode. Love you, bye. What's going on?
I can't fucking stand you, dude. What is this?
You know what this is.
What?
This is softer Lou Bear is what this is.
You look like a fucking slam poet.
Yeah, well, come over here and get fucking slammed. Right?
Where did you get these What?
What?
I have so many questions,
Ask away.
but I don't give a fuck enough to ask. You know
Here's
what
the
I
thing.
mean?
You do. And here's the other thing. You know I look like a different, softer man.
You look like a father of 3.
Well, only one of my kids is in the room. He's wearing a red fucking hat. Because daddy's in the house with the specs on, isn't he, baby?
Oh, you don't look like daddy. You look like dad. Just straight up neighborhood watch dad.
That's right. You say with some fucking respect.
I'm not trying to get grounded.
Yep.
You know what? I'm out.
I look good with glasses, dude.
You do.
Thanks, man.
Frick.
You bring in the fucking... Oh, dude, what am I, tatted up? Am I tatted up with the glasses?
What are you
in the fucking dad hat?
It looks like you're in Fight Club, but at like Costco. You know what I mean?
No, it's Fight Club, but we do poetry after. We talk about economics.
Yeah, it's Fight Club, but it's about lawn care.
Yeah.
I can't with you.
Yeah. It's me scratching. This fucking sounds of a man with glasses. What's up?
All right. How was therapy? Have you unpacked any of this with your therapist?
I am the therapist now.
Dude, the people in the comments already think you're my therapist.
I know.
My favorite is the person, I think it was on TikTok, who has watched all the episodes and clips and everything and just thought we were a couples podcast.
Yeah.
I thought you and I were a couple this whole time.
Wait, are you guys not together? Did I miss something?
It's not together.
Or the other one just said, go to therapy.
Oh, that's the best.
Hey, man, do a little research.
Read the bio.
Hey, scroll to one more video. Right? Yeah, I look good in glasses. I got glasses on. I'm tatted the fuck up. I look like Dilfy the Dilf. Right?
I was going to say Dilbert, but yeah, sure.
Oh. Dilfy. What? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Okay.
No roasting, no shit.
Okay.
I look pretty cute, right? Right?
How was therapy?
Do I look cute or not?
You
Cute?
do.
Do I look
you
cute?
look like...
Do I look cute? Right now, yes or no?
Yes.
When you factor in the tats, all the tattoos, do I become hot?
You look like you've been given a second chance. You know what I mean? Out of prison, got a job, turned your life around. Now you're... Yeah.
And was slinging dick the whole time. Right? Right?
In prison? Yeah. Old Dilfy just got out of jail.
I don't really have a lot of therapy to talk about, but I did have a good day today.
Yeah.
I did something very much new to me, and I don't want to hear any fucking lip. I did not go on a hike. If that's where you think this is going, if you're listening, I didn't go on a hike because I'm not a fucking asshole.
Yeah. What, yeah.
I did see a hiking trail, and I was like, I might do that.
Why do you want to hurt me?
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you.
It feels like you want to hurt me.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Sure.
If I went on a hike,
Uh-huh.
hold on. Don't get emotional already.
Mm-hmm.
If I go on a hike and I enjoy it and I go, hey, I think you'll like this hiking trail. Let's do it together. Is that good or is that bad because I didn't go with you on the first hike?
It's good and bad. Yeah.
Multiple
exactly.
truths.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Multiple truths.
It's multiple truths, yeah. Because I would be so hurt. I've been trying to get you to hike forever. And if you went without me, I'd be like, what is our relationship, you know?
Yeah.
But
Platonic
also,
friendship.
You're inviting me the next time, so
So I'm like, hey, I actually
excited.
enjoyed this and I want to share this with you. And you were right.
Yeah.
And it'd be a new trail for you.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. Here's what I did today. I did not go for a hike.
Yeah.
I just went outside. I go outside all the time. Like I walk my dog, right? I go to the gym. I go outside. But so my girlfriend is a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She's on spring break. Today's her last day of spring break.
It's also Easter Monday.
It's Easter Monday.
Which is insane. Go on.
Yeah. How many days is that fucking gonna get? Okay. And she's like, dude, I just want to get outside. I was like, nice, let's do that. All right, she's stressed out about going back to work. I'm like, bro, I got you, right? So I found a place nearby. I will not tell you where it is because it's super fucking dope. And you know what?
Yeah.
You're not going to like this. It's better than Griffith.
No.
It is. You know why? Because it's just as dope, but there's nobody there. Nobody knows. It's quiet as fuck. Ton of trees. We brought a blanket. I laid in the grass in the shade of a tree. Somebody gave her psilocybin gummies for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple psilocybin gummies and just felt the breeze and looked at the trees and watched some chipmunks run around. And I got to tell you,
Yeah.
it's a great day.
Cool, man.
Okay, you don't
Blood is boiling right now.
You would never do psilocybin. You would never do mushroom gummies.
I would love to watch these chipmunks and lay under a tree.
Oh,
in a
you would
big
have loved the
park.
chipmunks,
Yeah.
dude. They were so cute.
Yeah.
They were really cute.
These are all the things I love. The things I've been trying to bring to your attention for years.
Here's the thing. Okay. However,
yes.
you don't just go sit out. We were there for 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't do that. Yeah, I'm active. I gotta be.
And you're taking pictures. You're posting on the story what you're doing. I didn't do none of that.
I know, but you don't post on the story anyways.
I do sometimes. If I see a cool picture, I'll take a cool picture, put it on the story.
Yeah. You're high on too many drugs to take pictures today?
No, I took some pictures. I just didn't post them. So I was taking them for the art, not for the fake highlight reel of trying to convince people I have a cool life. That wasn't a dig at you.
I know. I just
feel like that's what Instagram is.
But you and sharing things is so odd to me.
Yeah, because some things are just for me. Why can't I just go have a great day in the grass with my girlfriend? Why do I got to tell everybody about it?
You absolutely can.
I'm telling everybody about it right now. I understand the hypocrisy of it, but this is work, right? This is my job.
Right.
But, yeah, why? Why share with? Why post a lot? This is what I'm doing. Oh, no.
For the community of it.
What community?
Then people engage in conversation of, I love that park. Or, hey, that's a really cool shot. Or look at those chipmunk.
Let me tell you something.
Community.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Anybody I need to hear from, I'll text you the picture, right? I'll send it right to you.
Yeah.
What am I? I don't look at my Instagram. I have like 1,100 followers now.
Yeah.
You think I got 1,100 people need to know my business? Are you out of your mind?
Couldn't be more Italian.
They don't need to know.
What if they know my whereabouts?
Exactly.
Who are they working for?
Oh, you don't need to know where I'm at. Never. But yeah, I'm like, dude, if I want to share it with you, I'll send it to you.
Right.
I don't need to put it up and, hope people for the community. Man, bro, I got my community's my community. I choose my community. Just because you follow me doesn't mean you're part of my community.
See, I belong to the people. I'm people's champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
I know.
I don't. Fame and attention is not for me. It's not for me, bud.
Yeah. Interesting.
What do you like about it? Is it just a validation of it?
That's definitely part of it. I would be lying if I was like, no, I do it for the... No, that's absolutely part of it.
What's the rest of it?
Community. I enjoy conversations with people. I enjoy the engagement. I honestly do. That was what I miss most about touring is I have pockets of people all over, and I would get to see them once or twice a year. And not touring in those regular spots for the last few years, I miss my people. I miss my community. There's a group I hang with in Minnesota that always come out to the show. We hang afterwards. We end up back at my hotel room and get high and catch up and tell stories. And, we're up till 3 or 4 in the morning just hanging out. And it's a great time.
So why can't you just FaceTime those people from here? And
it's not the same, man. You know that.
Yeah, but it's still...
And you're in town. There's a different energy. It's like, it's special. It's like, it feels like the holidays sometimes in some of these tour stops when you get to see these people. So I enjoy the engagement. I enjoy the community of it. And that's why I share so much. And also validation, duh.
So what kind of community do you get from like people commenting on a post? How's that community for you?
Sometimes it sparks conversation. Sometimes people, just today, somebody shared some music with me that I had not heard before.
Yeah.
Because it was similar to music on one of my posts. They're like, oh, hey, you shared this. I thought you'd like this. And I fucking loved it. And it was a new artist that I never heard of. And I got to experience that. So even like little things like that I get in my DMs sometimes that I'm like, oh, cool. That counts towards community engagement and things that I'm getting from posting. I enjoy that.
What % of your post does that happen from, do you think?
Not a lot.
Yeah, I don't need it then.
Yeah.
Nah.
What's the percentage that you would, if I was like 75%, you'd be like, I got to start posting more?
No, I would be like, okay, what you're doing makes sense.
Yeah.
But other than, you're checking, seeing what sticks to the wall. Nah. Nah. Hey, listen up, real quick. Nah.
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 You know what I've actually really been enjoying is
What?
the anonymous question stuff.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of those.
Yeah, you're doing 9-10 hours in a car. It was like a fun way to be distracted and get that. But like, I don't know, it was just interesting to hear from people and have that engagement. I didn't post all of them, obviously, and some of them were pretty thirsty. Yeah. But a lot of it was just really fun to hear from people. And the questions were engaging, and things like that. I mean, obviously, the ones that were more like, what's your favorite pizza or whatever the fuck,
Yeah. If you sent that in, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. But like, do better,
Yeah, but obviously, you shouldn't have the internet.
Yeah, what do we do? It's pizza. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. People's champ, You won't let me be Mama Bear, so people's champ.
That's what it is. You're gonna be people's champ.
I'm gonna be the people's champ.
So what are your people called?
Oh man, you know what? I'm thinking about bringing something back. I'm gonna, in lieu of Easter, I'm gonna resurrect something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You got the bear cubs and you got your little sleuth and all that stuff. That's
actually
fine.
We have the bear cubs and we have the sleuth. But yeah,
that's fine. But you won't allow me in your little club here.
That's not true.
I can't be Mama Bear.
We haven't had the vote.
Me down. Oh, this vote's never gonna happen.
The vote will happen when it's time. The vote will happen when it's time to happen.
I'm tired of waiting for the vote.
I get it. Here's Donald Trump.
Here's the resurrection. You ready?
Resurrect it. He's doing this of his own volition. I'd like to make that clear.
Yeah.
I'm very willing to have the vote when it's time, and he's reject. He doesn't want. What I hear is he does not want to be Mama Bear.
I have been asking.
So let me ask. If you resurrect this, Mama Bear's off the table. Is that correct?
Let me be honest. I don't think Mama Bear was even on the table.
That's where you're wrong. You got to trust me. So you're taking Mama Bear off the table in lieu of being the people's champ and whatever you want to resurrect. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
So Mama Bear is not anywhere in your desires going forward.
Nope. Because you know what? Because you know what? It was never going to happen. I was
No. Here's the thing. You're not making this my fault. This is your decision right now.
I'm just spitting facts over here.
No, you're not spitting facts.
These are just...
No. Be accountable. You don't want to be Mama Bear, and that's okay.
I would love to be Mama Bear. I've been denied several times. So now I'm taking action. That's what's happening. People's champ has spoken. And
you're such a fucking douchebag.
I'm looking forward.
The people's champ has spoken,
and I'm looking forward to all my Maloney ponies out there.
The Maloney ponies.
The Maloney ponies. I'm bringing it back. Oh, I can't wait to make a fucking t-shirt.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. Yes. People's champ says giddy up.
Well, Papa Bear said giddy up and you stole it, so we get it. It's okay.
What? It's in the ether.
It is. Well, hey, congratulations on your self-appointed title and the name and the new name of your fans.
Thanks. The Maloney ponies are probably rejoicing right now.
The Maloney ponies and the Bear Cubs.
That's right.
How big is a Maloney pony?
Big enough.
Yeah. What'd you do in therapy this week?
You know what?
Besides figure out how to validate yourself on a podcast. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over your costume.
This is my new look.
Oh yeah, I just didn't know we were dressing up for Easter Monday.
We are.
So I came to a realization today.
Uh-huh.
I have been working on a few things. I mentioned on the last episode about being on tour and seeing kind of my reflection in others and seeing what I was working on and things like that. One of them was road rage.
You got a lot of it.
Yeah.
As a passenger in your car, she's palpable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been working on shutting the fuck up when I drive. When others are in the car with me. But what I've noticed...
Also when you're alone or no?
That's what I'm getting at. Today, the last few days that I've been home and I've been driving again.
Yeah.
Been by myself out running errands, doing whatever. Somebody cuts me off or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm getting angry because there's nobody there, so I don't feel responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the thought today. I was like, hey man, this doesn't count then. This isn't. Then you're not working on it.
Yeah, it's not for other people.
It's
for you. And we know that.
We know that.
And we know that.
So, I spent the rest of the afternoon on my drives, like, holding myself accountable and being like, hey, man, shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. How's it going?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Feel the anger melting away?
Yeah. I just have to remind myself that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This person, like, cuts me off. Like, unless they actually wreck into my car.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Even that doesn't matter. It's a car.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a car.
It's a car.
You got insurance.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Fucking...
Yeah.
If you don't get hurt.
Yeah. So that was something that I was just realizing today, and I had that little epiphany, and I was like, oh yeah, this doesn't count unless I'm actually getting rid of it.
Yeah.
And it has to be for me too.
Yeah. Otherwise it's just a performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, that's masking.
Yeah.
If other people are in the car and I'm just like the perfect driver, I'm like, yeah, that's masking.
Yeah.
So work on it.
Oh, I wish I could have been in the car with you masking.
What if you would have gotten in the car and I'm like fucking like Truman Show, just like very just, happy, like 10 and 2.
Yeah. Like, I've been watching you like, oh, this guy's going to fucking erupt
this
any
guy's
minute.
Boiling right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also like, speaking of things that have to be for me, I've been thinking about my boundaries and setting them and finding out stuff about myself and having that be okay and trying to apply that to other things that I feel uncomfortable with. So like there are certain things that I know about myself that I'm 1000% okay with because I'm just like, yeah, that's not on my radar and that's okay. So I'm trying to take that comfortability and apply it to things that I do feel like I don't like this, but I'm afraid to say I don't like it, or I'm afraid to say that, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
One of those things is
Boundaries. Oh.
Children.
Oh.
I don't hate children,
Yeah.
but they're just not for me, man.
Yeah.
They're
I get
just,
it.
I don't
get it.
Don't care about your kids. I don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing. People are like, my 3-year-old fucking, but I don't care. I don't. I wish I did. No, you know what? I don't wish I did.
Yeah.
It's not on my radar, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, kids aren't for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be mean to your kid. I don't hate kids. I'm just not going to ask about your fucking kid.
Yeah.
That's not who I am.
Right.
You'll never get that phone call like, hey, how's Jimmy doing? And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to... There was a time where I felt guilty about that because everybody else... I see how people light up about, you know, like, my niece and da-da. I'm like, okay. Not you.
I talk about my niece all the time. I love her so much.
And that's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
But yeah, I don't expect you to. I know you couldn't give a fuck.
I'm not going to ask about your niece.
I know you're not. That's fine. I don't expect you to.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a time where I felt really bad about that. I felt guilty about it.
Yeah.
But I don't anymore. And
yeah, you do. But yeah.
I'm trying to apply that to other things that I'm just like, yeah, that's not for me. And that's
Do you really not feel bad about it anymore?
Yeah, I really don't.
That's dope. Good for you.
Yeah. There was a time where I think that my actions have been pretty clear, but there was definitely a time where you feel like a bad person or a bad, you know, relative or friend or whatever it is because you don't, you know, because you're not asking those questions, because you're not checking in, because you're not doing these things. But it's just not on my radar. I just don't. Again, like, it's not that there's no hatred, there's no anger, there's nothing like that. It's just blank.
Just indifference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
I get it because sometimes people come up and be like, oh, show him your dance. And you're like,
buddy.
Why?
Buddy.
Show me. I'm sorry. Show me. What?
So here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I learned something on this trip because at the end of the tour, I did go see family down in Florida.
Yeah.
And my cousin has 2 little kids, 5 and 3.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I was around them, but as soon as I put my bags down, the 5-year-old wanted to like run around and chase and all that stuff. And I did. And it was great. And it was fun.
You enjoyed yourself?
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they were like climbing on me and doing this and that every once in a while. And that was nice. And then they kept asking me to go to the pool. And the pool for me is 2 things. One, I had a pool growing up. So like the excitement of a pool is kind of lost on me because I was spoiled with it. And so like when people are like, we're going to the pool, I'm like, okay.
Also, you're 41.
Yeah. That also.
Yeah.
And
find me a 41-year-old that gets excited by a pool. I got a RAADS test for you to take. Right?
So,
I took that test, by the way. Did I tell you?
And?
We'll talk about it later. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell me about the pool.
And 2, the second thing about the pool is that I have had a lifetime of body image issues. And so the idea of even now of going to the pool, I'm like, nah, that's not for me. I got to take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Nah, there's other people there. Nah, I'm good. The
Yeah.
sun's out. Like everybody can see me.
Yeah.
Nah, even when I go to Vegas and stuff, people are like, let's go sit by the pool. You go sit by the pool.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Do
you ever want to sit by the pool and you're like, nah, I just can't do it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's hard.
So they were like, I was only there a few days, and every day they were like, let's go to the pool. Let's go to the pool. And in my head, I'm like, that's not for me. So on my last day, I went to the pool.
Nice.
Around sunset. I went over there. They were all over there.
Yeah.
It was still hot as fuck out because it's Florida, and it's
Ugh.
120 degrees for no fucking reason at 8 p.m. So I go down to the pool, we hang out, and I get in, and the kids see that I'm in, and they freak out. And they're like, Uncle Mike is in the pool, and they run in, and they're climbing on me, and I'm like throwing them, and they're like, they're right on my back and shoulders, and I'm swimming with them and doing all this fun stuff. And I really leaned into it. And I had the best fucking time. And I really, really enjoyed it because I let go of all those negative things about, like, what if somebody sees me without my shirt? I don't really like the pool. Kids really aren't for me. All these things that I was letting, no pun intended, weigh me down. I let go of all that, and I just leaned into the moment, and I was really present and just really there with them and only them. And it felt fucking great. And it reminded me of all those times that I do lean into life and what I get out of it. Like nobody wants to wake up and go to the fucking gym. I mean, some people do, but like the majority of people don't wake up first thing and be like, can't wait to go to the fucking gym. It's not for me. But when I go, I feel so much better. Same thing with hiking.
Yeah.
Whenever I go, I feel so much fucking better.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot for me to get there and do the thing. Also trying new things. When people drag me out to things that I'm like unsure of or don't have really full control over and stuff, it makes me very hesitant. But when I actually am there, I'm loving it and I'm enjoying myself because I'm leaning into life.
Yeah.
Which sounds so cliche, but it really reinforced that idea that in that experience that I haven't had in a while of like, yeah, just let go and be in the moment. Be silly, be goofy, be fucking, just let all that negative stuff that we are so self-aware of.
Yeah.
Fucking let it go, man.
Yeah. That's hard to do.
It's so fucking hard to do.
Can I go on a little bit of a tangent here?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we acknowledge I look good with glasses, right? Just stay with me.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I look different. I prove my point that throw some glasses on me, I'm going to look less like a crazy imitating tattooed guy, right?
Yes.
These are my girlfriend's glasses, and they are prescription, and they are killing my head. I need to take them off. Okay?
Take them off.
Can we acknowledge it, but my God, my eyes are hurting so bad.
Yes, take them off.
It's a pretty weak prescription, but Jesus fucking Christ. Right. And we're back.
Yeah, that's
Thank
so
you for,
funny.
Thank you for granting me that.
You could have taken them off.
Absolutely. I was going to wear them to the end.
And that's the tism. Yeah.
That's not the tism. It could be. It could be the tism. I'm open to it. Took the RAADS test.
Yeah. So, what's the verdict?
Now, there are different...
I'm already mad. I'm already angry. Go ahead.
Let's explain. The RAADS test is an online test for autism.
Right.
I don't know if it's official. I don't know if it's I don't know. A bunch of people in the comments said, take the RAADS test. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I got a half hour. I'll take this.
Yeah.
There are different tiers of results. So like, I forget how they word it, but essentially like the highest score you can get, which is like extreme signs of autism, is like 200 and something.
Okay.
There was a tier 65 or higher is showing some signs of autism.
Okay.
So anything below 65, you're not showing signs of autism.
Okay.
Scored a 63. You know? I couldn't perform better on that test if I fucking tried. I'm basically just autistic enough. What?
Put your glasses back on. Retake the test.
Dude, some of those questions, though, I was like, oh, my God.
Now, I was in the room for some of this.
Yeah.
And I still believe you should take a professional test.
I am.
Because
I'm on the waiting list at my therapist's office.
I disagreed with you on one of the questions, and you and I had it out.
But also,
luckily, I had a phone call, and I had to leave.
I didn't tell you how I answered it.
How did you answer that one?
What was the question?
Do you feel like you understand the emotions of the other person when you're in conversations with them?
Okay, and then here's how you answer them. Every question has the same 4 answer options.
Mm-hmm.
It is now and when I was a child, only now, only when I was younger than 16, or never. So it's basically never.
Oh, okay.
Never your whole life, only as a child, only as an adult.
These are weird
answers.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also overthink a lot of these questions because asking a question of, do you often do this, or do you rarely do, or do you always, like...
Yeah, I get tripped up on all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't remember how that question was phrased, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
but I did answer all of them honestly.
Yeah.
But there were some that were like, you hate small talk in social situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well...
And you're like, never. I'm the people's champion.
Since birth.
Yeah.
But some of them I did feel like I was looking back when I was younger and I don't remember having those. Like one of them was, again, I can't remember if it was like people often do this or something. I don't remember what it was, but the gist of the question was that people tell you you're being rude and you don't realize you're being rude. And that does happen to me sometimes. But I don't... Shut the fuck up. Not you. You don't count. Sorry, I'm taking your dad's lines.
Hey.
Yeah, but because, again, in those instances, there is nuance to, am I being rude? Or shut the fuck up. Am I being rude, or am I making a statement that you find rude because your subscription to social norms... Don't fucking put your hand up like that. Because your subscription to social norms tells you it's rude. Do you feel that I was rude to you? Or does your expectation of society tell you, oh, that was rude?
I'm going to give you the answer right now.
Go ahead.
If somebody tells you you're being rude, you're being rude. That's the answer to that question. Because it's not about what your intentions behind that are, how you're feeling. It's asking you, do people take you as rude often or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Are they saying... And if they are, they are. And it doesn't matter what your input is on that. It matters on their input on you.
No, it doesn't.
In this scenario, in these questions, yes, it does.
No.
Do people often think you are rude? That's asking how many times people have said you're being rude. That's not asking, do you feel rude?
No. But here's I don't think we're talking about the same thing right now. You're saying that the listener gets to dictate what's rude and what is not rude.
In that question, yes.
They get to share their opinion.
Yes.
That doesn't mean they're right.
Right.
That doesn't mean they get to decide what everybody considers rude.
Right.
Right. So no. Because the point is, I could say the same exact thing in the same exact tone to 2 different people. One of them thinks I'm being rude, one of them doesn't.
Yes. I am agreeing with all that.
Right. And so how does 2 separate reactions dictate whether I have autism? Because I had 2 different audiences. That's not measurable. That has nothing to do with me and the way my brain functions. That has to do with how those 2 people took what I'm saying and their reaction to it.
Yeah, majority rules, though, in that situation.
No,
so if you had 10 people and you did the exact same thing to 10 people and 8 of them went, that guy's rude, then that means you're
means-
coming off as rude.
Then that means I have autism.
That means that you are not picking up on signals that might be in social settings that might be considered to have autism because you're not reading the situation right and you're being rude. So if 8 out of 10 people say you're rude, you're rude.
No.
If 2 people are like, that guy's great, that doesn't
That's
mean...
not true.
You know,
Just
how do you
because-
think majority works? How do you think you get answers to things in life about like...
So if I gather 10 people together and they say that hat is stupid,
yes,
that means that hat is stupid.
that means that the majority is spoken, and if this is a fashion thing...
So that means that is measurable.
Yes, that is a
fact.
measurable thing. It's not a fact, but it's measurable.
Right. So what is the fact that we found? That 8 people thought I was rude?
That doesn't
based
mean
on
that
this
you
one
have...
sentence?
Yes, and that doesn't mean that you have autism. It just means it factors into the bigger picture of what we're getting at. So if you are having trouble picking up on social cues and people are assuming that you are rude a lot of times and this is this and this is that and blah, 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 and going on, then that factors into the bigger idea. And then that is a fact of, yes, you have autism. No, you don't have autism.
So let me ask you
or,
this.
Whatever you're going for.
So you and I have discussed on this podcast that oftentimes you'll ask me something and I just say no.
Mm-hmm.
And you have felt that I've been rude
Yes.
in that. So we've also discussed that that's not rude. It's okay to just say no.
Absolutely.
So if I get 10 people in a room and all 10 of them feel like, wow, that was rude.
Mm-hmm.
Even though when you know that it's fine to say no to people, because those 10 people also think it's rude, that means it's rude?
Yes, because it's also a lot of these things factor into tone and body language and all these other things that people read from you. So it doesn't matter if
That's not what we're talking about.
that is.
No,
that
we're talking about whether people think I'm rude. If you go, hey, do you want to get ice cream? I go, no.
Yes, but if you went no, that's rude.
I'm saying do I say
no.
do I say it to you like that when I say no and you've been put off by it?
I'm saying
Right,
that those things factor into being rude or not.
Right, but you're making a hypothetical when there's not need for a hypothetical right now.
That's what we're discussing.
Have you ever asked me to do something, I just said no, and you thought I was being rude without any dismissive tone, without anything like that, because you're conditioned to give a reason?
Sometimes.
Right. So it is possible for me to say no with no body language, no tone, no nothing like that,
Right.
and to still be found rude.
Yes.
So if you get those 10 people, which there's more than 10, I think most people are conditioned that way, and they think I'm being rude by something when I'm not being rude, I'm just simply saying no, that doesn't mean majority rules. That means you got a group of 10 people who haven't learned how to say no to people yet.
How do you measure accountability for yourself then? If majority doesn't rule and other people's opinions don't matter, then how do you gauge how to behave in a way that is either acceptable or not? Or like, how do you take, if you talk to 10 people today and all 10 of them tell you that you're rude, you don't come home and go, man, was I off today? Was I being mean today? Was I being rude today? You just go, those people are fucking weird and they don't know how to handle a conversation.
No, I would reflect on it, but I don't take what they're saying as a fact.
So what I'm asking you then what would it take for you to take accountability in those actions and go and reflect and go, okay, maybe it is something that I'm doing?
It would take somebody that I know and that knows me well to go, hey, you're coming off kind of like a dick right now. Because someone that I know well and knows me well knows like, yeah, he's not being, he just says no when he means no. Because there are nuances. You and I could be standing and someone goes, hey, do you want to get coffee? And I go, no. You're going to be like, no, he's not being a dick. He just didn't want to get coffee. They might feel rude.
Right.
But if that happens 10 times, yeah, I might be like, dude, was I being a dick like that? Yeah, I'll reflect on it for sure.
Okay.
But also, yeah, other people don't get to dictate how I feel or how they don't get to tell me how I'm treating them. They can tell me how.
Wait
what?
A minute. What?
Yeah.
How?
You don't get to tell me, hey, you're disrespecting me. You can tell me that you feel disrespected
Okay.
And I can say, what did I do to make you feel disrespected? You don't get to tell me what I'm doing. You don't get to tell me what my intention is. I understand that intention versus impact is important, but you don't get to tell me what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I fuck up. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm very often wrong, but you don't get to tell me what I'm doing just because you feel a certain way. That's not how it works. Just like I don't get to tell you what you're doing. I don't get to tell you, hey man, you're treating me like shit. I'd be like, hey, I don't really like how you're talking to me right now.
I can see the difference in that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
But I think it's what you do afterwards that.
You live by the report card, though. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm constantly reflecting on my actions and tones and conversations and things. And
why? What's the motivation for that?
To make sure that I'm treating people the right way.
Why?
Well, one, I care about them, and two, I care about how they view me.
Exactly.
So it's like I think that's the even exchange we have as humans of like, I want to be treated a certain way, so I'm going to treat you that way. And
yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
So, okay, that's interesting.
I treat people with respect. I have a set of values and morals that I live by. I treat everybody with respect. I don't hurt people intentionally. I'm not doing that because I want it in exchange. I do it because that's the human I want to be. I want to treat people with respect. I want to carry myself as a person with value and with morals. I don't do it as an exchange. That's just who I want to be in the world.
But that is the exchange. And you're hoping
exchange.
You're hoping that is how people treat you, right?
No. I don't hope anybody does anything to me. I can't. This is the thing. You're trying to control other people's emotions and other people's actions. You think your behavior can do that. There's nothing I can do that's going to change how anybody's going to treat me. And if they do, if we have an exchange, I don't need that person. Who are you?
Yeah, I think you're thinking of exchange in a weird way. I think you're thinking of exchange in a using way. I think you're taking.
That's what an exchange is.
Yeah, this is okay. Now now I get it. Yeah, we're caught up on the literal sense again. Okay, so I'm using exchange as just like saying in general that I just want to treat people how I would like to be treated. That's the exchange for me. I'm not saying it in a using way of like, if I'm nice to this person, then they will buy me candy, or then they will be nice to me, or then they will. I'm just being nice because I hope people are nice to me when I'm out. Like in that way of like, I'm not going to be a dick, and I hope nobody's a dick to me today. That's the exchange that I want from the universe. That's
what if
karma is what I'm asking for, really.
What if you only worried about how you were and then just left it at that?
Well, then I would think that sometimes I'd be mean to people.
If you only worried about how you acted?
Yeah, I think that's selfish. Yeah.
How is you worrying how people treat you selfless?
Selfish.
Right.
Yeah.
Implying that if you go the other way, that would make it selfless.
Because I think that's when you get people that are standing in the middle of the fucking aisle in the store, and you're like, what the fuck? This person's not worried about me or my shopping cart or anybody else. They're standing in the middle of the fucking aisle. That's selfish.
You think anything you do is going to change that person's behavior?
Yeah. If I go, hey, get the fuck out of the aisle.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, yes, there are different ways that you could, motivate or move people to change their behaviors. Absolutely.
Right. So if you just go, hey, excuse me, you're in the aisle.
Yeah. And they go, figure it out, because they're not worried about anybody else. That's selfish.
Correct. But we're talking about you.
Yeah. So if I'm in the middle of the aisle and I'm texting somebody, I'm in the middle of a text, and somebody goes, hey, you're in the middle of the aisle, and I go, yeah, figure it out. That's selfish. But I'm already so aware of everybody else that I'm not going to be in the middle of the fucking aisle, because I wouldn't want anybody to be in the middle of the fucking aisle in my way anyways. And that's what I'm putting in the universe. I'm not going to do that, and I hope that nobody else fucking does that either. That's the exchange I'm asking for in the universe. Is I'm hoping that we're all on board here. We're not going to stand in the fucking aisle. We're all smart enough not to fucking do that.
Okay.
We've all agreed on that.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth to worry about what everybody else is doing. I'm trying to I got my own shit going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the best human I can be, and
I'm still stuck on accountability.
mm-hmm.
What?
Who do you think I need to be accountable to?
Who's ever having an issue with you?
No. I'm accountable to myself.
So how do you handle? We've been through this, but that's what blows my mind is you take no accountability for how you. If somebody tells you how they feel that you're treating them,
I will take accountability for that. Absolutely.
Before you've said that you're like, well, I'm sorry you made that you feel that way or whatever, and you don't.
Yeah, I don't think that I make anybody feel a certain way. I think there are situations like abusive relationships, things like that, where you can make somebody feel a certain way, but no. Like if my girlfriend and I are in a fight and I say something hurtful,
right,
and her feelings are hurt, I am able to go, man, I fucking lost it. I got fucking mean because I was hurt. I can recognize that and I can apologize.
But what if you don't feel like what you said was hurtful and she does?
And she can come to me and say, hey, that was hurtful.
Yeah.
And then I will go, I wasn't trying to be hurtful. Why did that hurt you? And then she can explain it to me and I go, I'm sorry I didn't know something like that would hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt you.
Okay.
That's why I'm accountable, I guess. I guess the answer to your question is, for me to be accountable, you got to be able to tell me I fucked up.
So
you got to be able to use your words.
Yeah, and in this scenario we just had about if 8 out of 10 people say you're rude,
mm-hmm.
you're not going to take that accountability, even though they're telling you.
No, because
the way your actions made me feel like you were being rude, and
right. So me being rude is not a feeling of yours. You're telling me my behavior.
Okay.
You're going to say you hurt my feelings. That's a different thing. You saying you're rude? No, I'm not. I'm not rude. I know who I am. I'm not a rude person.
What about being rude?
Yeah, I can be rude, but yeah, I'm not rude. To be quite honest, I'm incredibly polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, like, because I don't do the small talk and I don't laugh at the joke, like, people think that's rude. That's not rude.
Yeah.
That's not rude. Just because it's uncomfortable for you doesn't mean it's rude.
But what if 8 out of 10 people say that's rude?
Well, good for them. Go vote on something that fucking matters.
Yeah, so that's where I get caught
Who gives
up on.
a shit?
So this idea of feedback. So what kind of feedback matters to you? What would it take? And we talked about this before about, like, what would it take then? What is the measurement? If somebody really close to you that knows you goes, this is what's happening, but how rare is that? So why can't you handle the idea of majority rules? If 100 people say this is a thing, then that's a thing.
I'll bring it back to the example that we know. If 100 people tell you the vaccine is poison, are you going to think it's poison?
No, but I'm saying
exactly
in these matters of, well, that's something you can prove or not prove, right? But I'm saying in this matter of, like, hey, we surveyed 100 people in your life.
I don't have 100 people in my life. Go ahead.
90 of them said you're rude.
Okay.
There'd be no, you go,
until
no,
those 90 people can come to me and be like, hey, I don't like when you do this, then we got nothing to fucking talk about.
That's so wild.
Why is that wild? Why would I stress over something that nobody can even bring up? What is it? How does that serve my life? I don't exist to make everybody else comfortable and happy all the time.
Right, and I'm not saying
if 90 people in my life think they think I am a rude person,
yeah,
and they still want me in their life, then me being rude either isn't that big of a deal, or they are a bad judge and they can't cut people out of life that shouldn't be there. There are bigger problems than their opinion of me.
That's so interesting.
Like, I give a fuck, dude. Come on, man. You want to tell me like, hey, dude, even if you were to come to me and be like, dude, you're rude. I'd be like, am I rude to you? No. Then what do you care? If you got that big of a problem with who I am in the world and you don't need me in your life, then we can have a conversation about it. If we're important enough to each other that I need to change something for us to stay in each other's lives, I can accept that.
So it has to be the extremes then.
What the fuck, dude? It's just like, and it's also this is such a ridiculous question about being rude.
Yeah. I know.
You know,
It's just
like
exactly.
it's hard to because there is no really weight on that.
Yeah. I'm just talking more so about your idea of what, because even when I bring up, we've had this discussion a bunch about like, well, I think this is normal, or a lot of people do this. You go, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't care.
So that's where I'm getting at. That's more so the importance of what I'm trying to figure out with you is, when does majority matter? And it seems like it doesn't ever, which is a wild idea to me.
Yeah, because I don't live for other people.
Yeah, but you share space with them. You live with other people in the world.
Yeah, and people come and go. Money comes and goes.
Yeah.
A lot of things come and go. You know, dude, it's so fucking hard for me to regulate my own emotions.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not able to take that on from other people. I don't. And I'm not going to. And if you have a problem with that, then I'm not for you. And that's okay. And that might be hard for me to hear, and it might really hurt if you decide to leave my life. I don't have that. I am not capable. I am not at a point in my life where I am able to regulate my emotions enough, or I am healed enough, or I have put enough work into my traumas that I can take on everybody else's feelings. I can't do it. If that's a problem, damn, that sucks.
You haven't always been like this, right?
Not consciously. No. Yeah, I mean, of course, dude. I grew up a fat kid. Like, yeah, I needed to be liked. Like, there was a reason I learned how to be funny.
Yeah.
And there was, of course. But, dude, being the class clown it's real fucking lonely sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I'd rather be lonely by choice than because I'm not being true to myself. I'd rather choose to be lonely than just feel lonely.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people operate that way. And that's okay, because a lot of people haven't been through the things I've been through. I haven't been through the things they've been through.
Yeah.
So we don't have to be the same.
You know what I think?
No. Tell me.
I think you do care.
About what?
Everything. And I think you've been hurt. I think you've been hurt real bad. And I think that I think your guard's up. And I think you put your guard up way up. So nobody can hurt you again like that. And if you care about what some stranger at the store thinks of you, then where does that stop? then where does that go? You know what I mean? Then you care about this and you care about that. Then you start caring about all these things again. And so your guard has to be up so fucking high that those things can't come in. And you can't hurt like you got hurt before.
I disagree.